An AEW original was fired on AEW Dynamite, wink wink, plus a major change to an AEW Double or Nothing match, and a top AEW name has returned and immediately suffered an injury scare. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. We had a firing on Dynamite last night.
We sure did.
Bunny rabbit ears.
Bunny rabbit ears. Let's get into it. So after the Young Bucks defeated Matt Sydal and AEW Head of Talent Relations Christopher Daniels in a championship eliminator match, Matthew and Nicholas chastised Daniels for putting his hands on them last week, getting in the way of their plans to clean up the locker room from toxicity. Therefore, after the match, they fired Christopher Daniels and arranged for him to be escorted out of the building by security too. The Bucks thanked Daniels for 5 years of kick-ass work and then tried to lead the fans in an AEW chant. We've got a great show coming up, everybody. Let's get an AEW chant going.
Jack Perry was very much in support of the great work that the Bucks were doing. He was on commentary. He raised a glass to them. It was a drink.
It was like a drink of Rockstar Energy, I think.
It was a Rockstar Energy drink, which he proceeded to pour all over Tony Schiavone.
Oh, and Taz laughed as well.
It did.
It was quite funny.
It was quite funny. I believe we can grab that picture of Tony Schiavone and just use that for whenever we're feeling fed up at work. I think that's the meme from now on.
Absolutely.
That's that. In fact, get that picture of Tony Schiavone. Can you put that plasticine filter on it? See if it's funnier. It's actually funnier.
I hope it comes out well, though. I hope it's all right.
If it doesn't, it's even funnier. Now, the Buck stuff as the evil bosses of wrestling, whilst the bosses thing is an old trope, I thought the promo bit they did was very funny.
I like it as well. I just, from what I was initially like not really too fussed about seeing, I think they've turned it into something really fun to watch and see how it all sort of unfolds week to week. So I'm excited to see where else it goes to.
I'm excited to see what happens at Double or Nothing when Adam Copeland and Malachi Black get into it. So on Rampage last week, Adam Copeland challenged Malachi Black to a nice, subtle, barbed wire steel cage match for the AEW TNT title. Malachi Black due to respond on Dynamite, and he did with aplomb. But after the House of Black attacked Adam Copeland and Kyle O'Reilly when he tried to make the save, and after they stole Adam Copeland's wedding ring,
yes,
which I believe means Beth Phoenix, you're my wife now.
Oh dear.
Black then accepted the challenge from Adam Copeland with an added caveat in that should Copeland lose the TNT title to Malachi Black, he must bend the knee for the House of Black. Are we seeing Adam Copeland losing the belt here? I don't know.
I don't know, because I would kind of like to see that happen as well. I like the whole stuff with Malachi Black just trying to drag out the darkness in Adam Copeland. He was saying that when Copeland challenged him to the cage, the barbed wire steel cage match, he was like, oh, I saw that there was still this side of you, this dark side in you. And I guess to take the wedding ring away, I saw comments online being like, oh, well, maybe it signifies that he's taking the last, goodness, the last piece of soul within him, sort of taking that away from him, so he can drag it out of him a little bit more.
Drag him even further into hell.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's looking like a really good card so far, for sure.
As well as that match, and as well as Mercedes Moné and Willow Nightingale, which was officially made official in a contract signing last night, in which we saw Mercedes Moné take her first bump.
Boom! A big old Dr. Bomb straight through that table.
A walloping Dr. Bomb.
Very cool.
Some nice back and forth in that contract signing before said Dr. Bomb. So that match is signed, sealed, and delivered for Double or Nothing, as is an Anarchy at the Arena match between the Elite and Team AEW, but there has been a change to Team AEW, hasn't there?
There has. So, as we all remember, Eddie Kingston was actually set to join Bryan Danielson and FTR to face the Young Bucks, Okada and Jack Perry in that Anarchy at the Arena match at Double or Nothing. However, as a result of suffering a leg injury this past Friday at New Japan Resurgence, AEW have actually pulled Eddie Kingston out of the match. Now, Kingston shared an injury update on Instagram, and it's a photo of himself in a wheelchair sporting a heavy leg brace while smoking a big old fat cigar.
It looked like a big fat cigar,
it sure did.
He was just kicking back, and we wish him a full and speedy recovery,
Absolutely.
of course. But a replacement was revealed last night on Dynamite in the midst of a post-main event brawl that saw FTR and Danielson getting overwhelmed by Okada, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks. Darby Allin, hometown favourite, made a surprise return return with a skateboard to even the odds and send the Elite packing. So Darby Allin has joined Team AEW for Anarchy at the arena. Here's the thing. Darby Allin is paggered, right? Broken foot, which means that the Everest climb has been postponed.
Yes.
He got hit by a bus the other week.
Yep.
He is in a bad... And not only that... So, as it transpired, Darby Allin revealed in a bit that they did afterwards another injury that he sustained.
Yeah, so like during the match, I believe it was Dax Harwood's superplex Okada, and in the ring afterwards, they sort of do, you know, all the baby faces are talking to the crowd and everything like that. Darby was like, "Hey, that's superplex. I was sat crisscross applesauce under the ring, and when you did that superplex, the beam just like bonked me on the head," and he was like, I thought I was knocked out for a second there.
He said, "Oh, there goes my return." Like, so only someone like Darby Allin can come back from injury and almost immediately get injured again.
Yeah,
and that nearly befell him, to be fair. But thankfully, it was just a little bit of a moment where he had a bit of a dizzy moment, got in there, got out there, and now bless him with a broken foot and recovering from being hit by a bus, among a litany of other things. He's now going to do an arena-wide brawl in a couple of weeks at Double or Nothing.
Ooh. Crazy
guy.
As well, in that, as we were talking about there, sort of on the AEW's YouTube channel, they posted the sort of conversation that they had with the crowd
at the
afterwards.
end of the show bit, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Darby he gave a very frank update about his physical health, and he said, "As you can tell, I'm not fully recovered. I'm limping and I'm wearing a nose brace, but damn, I'm heading to Anarchy in the Arena because I'm committed to defend the honor of AEW. Anyway, I won't keep you all. Need to get myself to the hospital or something. I'll catch you all later. Thanks." And he just rolls out of the ring, and it does seem like, let's put health first for a change. Let's go.
I mean, can we not have someone else in that? Just so Darby has a little break.
It was surprising, for sure. Like, I felt like it was very surprising. I'm hoping, in some sense, that the Anarchy in the Arena, even though it is a mental match when we watch them, all sorts of things take place, and I am scared that Darby is going to do something insane in that one as well, maybe not being at 100% health, but I'm hoping it can at least sort of take the spotlight off him in some way if they do go to like a part of the arena that maybe isn't, you know, the cameras haven't followed them to yet. Take him out for a little bit. Maybe he does do his big mental spot, and then that's kind of...
Yeah, maybe his night is a little bit shorter, but there's a multi-man melee, you can kind of get around it as well.
Yeah.
They also, Brian Danielson, I must stop that. Brian Danielson, well, if I will be a Fed drone, Brian Danielson also spoke to the crowd and said a very heartfelt thank you for the live reactions that he's had over recent weeks and months, and talked about how when his dad came to a wrestling show, the fans made him feel like a star, and I thought that was lovely. And FTR was celebrating Cash Wheeler being found not guilty of aggravated assault with a firearm.
He's
which
not guilty.
Clap, 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 clap. He's not guilty. What a heartwarming way to end AEW Dynamite this week. Loads of moving parts ahead of next weekend where we've got Double or Nothing. It's going to be a really busy weekend for the wrestling next weekend. It's King and Queen of the Ring on the Saturday.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And then Double or Nothing on the Sunday.
Ooh, chunky.
All at once with the big chunky boys. That's what we're going to do. And for the very latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.